Week 24, time for a progress report. Last Tuesday, I mentioned that I had strained the TFL on my left side. So my coach and I have pretty much left legs alone through the rest of last week and then all the way up until Thursday this week. Wednesday was the first day that I could squat and stand without any load and not sense that the injury was still there. So we felt like with the proper exercises, we could still work the legs out on Thursday and not cause a setback on that leg. And that was the case. But I will say 9 days off of not doing legs and then going to a high volume machine based workout. I mean, I can't even count how many reps. It was over 500. And yeah, my legs are just incredibly sore muscularly. And the TFL, we left it alone, and it's going to continue healing. So, interestingly, my coach asked his prior bodybuilding coach how to deal with the injury, because I think my coach felt kind of bad that we got under as much weight as we did and didn't preload the central nervous system. We're pretty sure the central nervous system is what pulled the plug on my lift and caused, just the muscular failure. And my coach's prior coach said that injuries are good as long as they're not, a prolonged setback, because it allows you to train in different ways that will reveal other weaknesses that you may not have stumbled upon or thought to strengthen because you were, in your set routine of lifts that you typically do. So I think that's a pretty good way to look at a strain or, a slight tear is, there are ways to work around it, and there are still ways to build and grow while healing those injuries. In fact, causing inflammation throughout the body while still working out will help the injured areas. And it's unfortunate to have these setbacks, but it's part of the game. It's going to make winning all the more special because, if you don't face challenges or mental strain throughout this process, then it's not going to feel as good at the end because, you want to overcome yourself, the odds, your haters, all of it. And so next week I'm flying to New Zealand for a 2-week road trip with my wife. We're very pumped about that. But that obviously puts a interesting twist on my training. But throughout the road trip, I have found gyms that allow day passes or have 24-hour access if you purchase a pass prior to the day. So my coach knows what we're doing, and we are going to put a plan together to work out high volume, nothing that's going to potentially injure me. All we want to do is have a good workout. It's not going to be the most growth intensive or technically sound workouts. I mean, I will do my very best to maintain proper form on all my lifts, but there are certain tweaks my coach makes even this far into the game that, a slight twist of the elbows or a slight opening of the arms, depending on what you're doing. Just very, very minute changes can drastically impact the activations on the different muscle areas that you're trying to grow. So, the next 2 weeks are going to go back to hard workouts that I would put myself through with my coach's guidance. So it'll be fun. It'll be a good opportunity to work out with my wife again. Maybe put her through a little bit of hell that I've been going through. But yeah, otherwise we're going to do our best to keep the muscle stimulated But I'm gonna eat. That's the main priority. I have to eat, keep the calories up. I'm at 87.5 kilograms, and the caloric content, depending on the day, is 5,000, 5,200 at this point. And my body, like, let's see, right now it's 9:20 p.m. I have one more meal to go, but I feel very hungry at this point. And typically I don't. At this point, I don't want to eat anymore, and I force that last meal down. So as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to go wolf down a big bowl of food, followed by a casein protein shake, and then call it a night. But yeah, just wanted to give a progress report on the injury, and it's nothing major. By the time I come back from this road trip, we will be ready to rock and roll with an open runway in front of us. So I will come back to you from New Zealand next week, and I'll let you know how things are going. Talk to you then.